Hey guys, if you know where I'm at, comment, like, and subscribe. Well guys, I am here. I'm getting ready to step off the trailhead. I'll see you guys in the trail. It's a bit chilly this morning. It's 27 degrees, but I'll be fun. I'll be fine, I mean. So I will see you guys later. Hey guys, one thing I did forget to mention. Before you go on any trips, sorry about the sun, make sure before you step off, you check conditions. Make sure you leave an itinerary with multiple people. If you guys never fails that one person you may leave it with is always busy or doesn't pick up his phone or her phone, whatever the case is. But just leave an itinerary, where you're going, where you're staying, how long you're gonna be there, and probably what you're wearing and whatnot. So don't forget, that's very important for your safety, and of course check weather conditions. So yeah. So one thing you're gonna find out about rucks or backpacks, sometimes you get the squeaks. I'm sure you can hear that. If not, one quick solution for that, I've been told, I'm gonna have to test out this one, is talcum powder. I think, yeah, so hopefully that's not the one that gives you cancer. Cancer! But I guess we'll figure that out the hard way. And again, everything nowadays gives you cancer. Fun fact, 100% of people that breathe air die, so don't be afraid your whole life, okay? Deep thoughts by the Grizzly Grunt. Well, we're at a bridge, and I have a little bit of dilemma. I don't know if that's safe to cross. I'm drowning! I'm drowning! Or get my feet wet. So I think I end up doing, so I don't drown, just cross over here and just loop around versus plunging to my death or getting super wet. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled program. So guys, I stopped for lunch. It's around 12 o'clock. I've been going for about 2 hours, give or take-ish, a couple stops, take a few videos like you saw. But my lunch is gonna be some summer sausage, some Triscuits, and some trail mix. And of course, I forgot the damn cheese. So no one will be cutting the cheese for lunch. But there's a nice view of the lake. That's Kentucky Lake, up here at Land Between the Lakes. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, just got to camp. Well, where I'm gonna camp out tonight. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough. So the lake is to my back over there. You can kind of see it. There's a creek over here. Yeah, over here. So I have some good source of clean water. So once you get to camp, priorities to work. So figure out where you're going to sleep at, and then you need to figure out what we call the Bermuda Triangle. There's 3 points this Bermuda Triangle: where you're going to cook at, where you're going to go to the bathroom at, and where you're going to hang your food in your bear bag at. All right, now there's no bears out here, but it's just a good habit. Oh, get off! Get off, you son of a bitch! Of getting used to doing that. So, and not only that, but you know what we call mini bears out here in the southeast. I'm sure everywhere else: raccoons, squirrels, chipmunks, coyotes, little vermin, little predators, stuff like that. So not necessarily bears, what we call mini bears, because they'll still get in your stuff and screw up your stuff. So more to follow on that, but I'm gonna get camp set up, and then we'll go through and talk about each one of the little areas, like we said, where you're gonna stay at, where you're gonna cook at, where you're gonna hang your bear bag, and where you're gonna use the potty at. All right, see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so I went ahead and set up my shelter first. So like I showed you earlier, I just using a tarp. I'm laying flat in the ground. I have my eggshell foam thermal rest right there. bungee cord to the corners. I have it low to the ground just because it's supposed to be, looking at the weather, 9 to 17 mile wind gusts coming off the lake, which is right back in that direction. So to cut that wind, I made it a little lower to the ground. And if it gets any colder, I can always lower that back end and have 3 sides blocked in. And I like to have this side a little bit more open. And I use bungee cords just because they're easier. And then I noticed a lot of people, what they do is with their shelters, they'll clear all the leaves out. What they don't understand is those leaves kind of offer a little bit of insulation. Nothing great. It's not unless there's a hole all the leaves. But what it does offer is a little bit of a vapor barrier from any water coming up from the ground. And while I don't have a tarp down, if I do have a tarp down, it'll help me also. But it just keeps me from getting muddy. If for some reason it does rain, it's going to keep me off the mud, or the leaves stuck to me, the mud stuck to me. So not only that, but I get in there once I find a spot I think I want to do. I lay down on the ground first and see how bumpy it is. There's nothing worse than getting in a damn tent and being half asleep and realize you got a rock in your back. So I usually roll around, lay there for a few minutes, see how I like it. What I do end up doing is getting all the sticks off underneath there, any of those, we call them gumballs. See if I can find one. And these little guys, I think they're black gum trees. We call them gumballs. Me and my brother, we used to throw them at each other when we were kids because that's what brothers do, right? But anyway, we clear those all out, and that's my shelter we sleep in tonight. And it's gonna block the wind off me, and it's not too far. The campfire right there, which was already there when I got here. But I'm gonna end up cooking down at the other end of that log over there. It's probably about 10-15 meters away. So that's where my Bermuda Triangle is going to start. That's the closest point is going to be to my shelter. So I'm going to keep my ruck here. But like I said, anything smelly will not be in my bag. And we're going to talk more about that in this next short clip when I talk about hanging your food bag, your bear bag, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Thanks. So guys, I already went ahead and found a tree. A decent branch over it. You notice I have the line, it's kind of hard to see, probably about 4 or 5 feet from that tree. If there's one next to it, make sure it's not close enough to reach it. Like I said, we're not in bear country, but it's just a good practice to keep it away from the tree. That way it makes it harder for them to pull to the tree and drag it down. Now, if you notice, you just use a simple overhand knot. I use a D-ring. You can use a stick. I like a D-ring because it's, it's just easier to clip into, and then you can clip your bag to that. And then what I do is I double up the line. I usually bring out 50 or 60 feet of line. And that way I can tie, let me see here, one strand of 2 different trees. Okay, that way if one of them gets cut for whatever reason, if you got a smart bear or whatever, and it cuts one, it's still being held up by the other. If you guys would like, when I tie these up, I will do a tutorial on how to tie the knots, or I can do a knot tying class or a knot tying video later on. Probably do a knot tying video later on, because once, I don't know how dark it's going to be once I put the food up. I go ahead and get the bear bag ready to go for ahead of time. That way I'm not sitting out there like I have been for the past hour trying to fling this damn carabiner up and down over that tree. I swear, I'm more accurate with the carabiner not trying to hit a tree branch than I am with a dang rifle when I'm trying to hit something. But later tonight, once I put my food up, I'll show you guys. Hopefully I'll have my flashlight and you'll be able to see that and better. But I just want to show you guys in daylight how I get that prepped before it gets dark. That way I'm not messing with it in the dark, and then I can cook whatever I need to in the dark and not have to worry about finding a tree in the dark. Okay? All right, on to the next video. Okay, so I remember on one of my other videos I talked about what we call squaw wood. Squaw wood is wood that you find the dead tree branches. I don't think this one's dead here, but if you go around the trees or tree branches, you see trees that are dead, and then have rotten tree branches, dead tree branches. You can throw a rope over them and snap them off. And this is important. Like last night, it rained really well until about midnight. So you want to find wood that's not been laying on the ground and get saturated. So you get wood like this that's not really on the ground per se, so it's going to be drier. versus ground that's been sitting flush on the ground like this. And that's where sometimes you get squaw wood. I guess that term comes from the Indians. I don't know. Native Americans, whatever you want to call them. But they would find the dead tree branches and snap them off if it's been raining, and use that because the wood is drier because it hasn't been sitting on the ground getting saturated from every side. It's only really been getting saturated about half of it. So as you gather firewood, try and gather as much as you can before it gets dark like I'm doing now. So I have my tent set up. The wind's coming from the northwest, so it's going to be coming from that direction. So that should block most of that tonight. Campfire, I'm going to cook over here to the left, up against that log. My bear bag line is on one of these trees right here. And then I'm going to hit the tree line over here to go to the bathroom. So my Bermuda Triangle, bear bag, latrine, cooking area, and then it's separate from my sleeping area. If you notice, I have it where I can see my bear bag this way if I hear any noises, or stick my head out and look this way at my cooking area, because I'll probably end up leaving my pots and pans over here in my canteen cup after I wash it. I'll let it sit over here and dry out versus stick it in the bag. One thing you want to make sure you put in your bear bags, like I said, everything that smells or has been smelly. So I get one canteen that's green. It's like bright green, or I have one that's marked, or if you mark one, and that's the only one I put like Gatorade powder or any flavored powders in. And that will, I guess I could look at you. I'm saying, if you get the canteen and it has the smelly stuff in there, I only use the same one every time. That way I can put that one in the bear bag. And also because I don't want ramen noodles tasting like Gatorade water. Okay, sure, it won't taste that way, but you never know. But the biggest thing is getting that smell away from you're going to be sleeping. That includes any body powders, lotions, anything like that. It's going to smell. It's going to make critters curious because they don't know. They smell something different. They're going to want to investigate and see what it is. Okay. All right. See you guys later. All right, guys, I'm back. Had a little fire started. It's getting pretty cold out here, so I got some wood together, just enough for cooking. But I'm going to be cooking with my MSR Superfly. So how this thing works, unlike others, is it clamps onto the lip and then screws down into the cartridge, or the canister, excuse me. But what I also have is these little feet for the canister, which is really nice because the thing can get top heavy. I don't even know if they even make this MSR. This is the Superfly. What it has right there is a little, I don't know if you can see it sparking. Yeah, you can see it sparking to ignite it. But what's nice is it folds flat fairly, but I can adjust the feet because I like using my canteen cup. And I can angle the feet to support it better versus one that's just the straight cross of the feet where it won't sit. So that thing sits up pretty well. And then of course you have your little turn on valve here. And I will show you if I get the light. That's on low, but I can turn that sucker up high. Heats up pretty quick. Pull this off here and get some water in there first. But that's how that's gonna work. So for dinner tonight, we're having ramen noodles, the chicken flavor, nothing but the best. And then of course, because we burned a lot of calories today running around in the woods, hiking, I got some, I like the chicken. I get tuna out here, but chicken goes better with the ramen noodles. And then of course, you can't go wrong with hot sauce. You always have to have hot sauce. I like Texas Pete, but I didn't have a small bottle of it. So, and I had a little bit left over, the Cholula. So we're gonna have Tex Asian, I guess. So yeah, and then I'll have some trail mix.
I think I'm getting the black lung, Bob.
Good morning, guys. Slept through the night pretty well. No Sasquatch encounters. Although I had something funny happen. I saw a light. There's a road about 300 or 400 meters from me to my east. And I saw a single headlight, and I heard something. I saw a single, I'm assuming it was a headlamp. And somebody walking on the road, and then when I couldn't see it, as it got further south, transitioning toward me, I heard something kind of scampering down the hill. So I was getting a little nervous, thinking, some guys down here trying to play some tomfoolery. And then not long after that, the same direction I saw it initially come from, there was a truck, and it stopped, and I heard 2 car doors slam. So I felt like I was being pinned in.
He got a little pretty mouth, ain't he?
But it turned out, I heard a bunch of dogs take off, and I guess they're just guys out here raccoon hunting. Still don't know where that guy that went to my south was at, but he might have been chasing a dog or something. They have dog trackers, collars, I guess. So, but they were out here most of the night and ended up chasing a raccoon. Almost ran into my campsite. So I hit him with the flashlight, gave the old "Hey you," and he decided to get out of here. But something to think about for you campers that don't know is it's supposed to be cold. Take your canteens and turn them upside down. Water normally freezes from the top down. That way you have water. Normally freeze from the top down. Normally that way you have water at the bottom that you can drink from. This is pretty frozen over because it was in the 20s last night. But I got to pump water this morning anyway. And there's a creek right over here, so we'll fix that problem. But looking at my bear bag, is still good to go. I don't know if you can see it. No issues with raccoons. I'm sure they were too busy getting chased by Cletus and the boys last night. So, as you can see, I have it tied off. Not too close to the top. Away from other trees. Got it tied off there and I tied off to there. So I've tied off to 2 different places. Okay, and the knots I use is what we call a taut line hitch. And in the comments, put if you would like me to go over some basic knots for you guys to learn to make your camping or outdoors better, okay? And as you can see, I'm wearing my neck gaiter on my foreskin. You can tell why it's called a foreskin now, but this thing is great. Covers up your face. You can pull it. If you don't have a beanie, if you get your beanie, you can pull it so it's like a beanie, but it covers up your neck. I didn't wear it last night in the sleeping bag because I was already in my sleeping bag before I realized I forgot it. So I didn't feel like crawling my ass out of there. But otherwise, we're gonna get the breakfast, break it down camp, and we're gonna hit the dusty trail, as they say. I'll catch you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm gonna get some water pumping because I used all the rest of my water up this morning.
Look at me! I'm the one with water, boy!
Making coffee and whatnot. So as you can already see, I already went and got water in the water bucket, which is quite a challenge. So when you're getting water out of the stream, make sure you're not getting out of any stagnant water if you can help it. Running water is preferred. If that's all you have is stagnant water, make sure you dust the top of the water off, getting any scum off there so you're not putting that in there. So when you pull out your thing, at least for this, it's a Katadyn water filter. It used to be pure. I've had one of these forever. So you can have your input line, your outlet line, your clean line. I usually keep this in a little Ziploc bag so it doesn't get contaminated with this stuff, because this is what's going in your canteens. You have your little caps on this one. These to keep your ends clean. So you have your inline, which is black. And all it is surgical tubing. And I have 2 of these filters. This company used to be called Pure, and I've been using these since I was a kid in the Boy Scouts. I took them on a couple trips backpacking out west, and they changed the name to Katadyn a couple years ago. And then you have your intake line. What's nice about the Katadyn, however you say it, is that they have this this piece here will fit Nalgene bottles on the outside, and will also fit on the inside ring right there. I don't know if you can see it. Will also fit normal water bottles, so you don't necessarily have to hold the bottle. It also has a bleed out valve, so if you get too full, a little spout will squirt up, and it's quite a surprise if you're not expecting it. But get this all set up. So what some people do, and I meant to do it, but I forgot. What you could do with your intake valve, it has a little floater on there, so it's not sitting directly on the bottom. Mine's kind of wore out. I might put a zip strip on there to make it a little tighter next time. I don't know if you can see it. But if you could take a normal coffee filter, put it around it, and then rubber band it or zip tie it to it, what that does is keeps any bigger debris from getting in there. Even though this has like a little guard, sometimes they can get up in there, and that disposable coffee filter will keep the bigger debris from getting up there and clogging up some of the smaller ports, I guess you'd call them. So put that on there again, make sure it's not sitting on the bottom, but you want to make sure that that tip is totally submerged. All right, oh, crap. All right, and then you're going to put it in there. This one's pretty easy. You can hear it pumping through. Takes a little bit to get going. Like I said, it has a little bleeder valve. You can hear it squeaking. That's a little hole on top of that cap. So you're not pressurizing your water. And you're just pumping it in there. And that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. Once you get done with it, what I normally do is I pull off the caps, or the tubes, hold it by the end, either the fill end or the actual filter end, and I swing them around to get any of the excess water out of it before I put it in. That way you don't have to worry about getting moldy or anything. And then once I get back to the house at the end of a trip, what I normally do is I take out the filter. This whole part here is a filter. This unscrews. I take this out and let it dry out. If I had time this morning, I would. Maybe I'll, if I'm on multiple overnights, if I pump water in the evening or the afternoon, I'll set it out, let it dry out, and that prevents it, one, from freezing, and two, from it getting moldy. So before every trip, I pull out my filter and check them, but usually I let them dry out for a couple days, like sitting by the sink or something like that. Make sure they don't get moldy inside your filter, because it kind of defeats the purpose having a moldy filter trying to filter water. This filter itself will filters any natural biohazard crap, but it does not do chemicals. So if you see a oil-filled mud puddle, definitely don't be pumping from there, okay? And as you can see, that one's full. This one, I can put it in my canteen cup. That way it stands itself up. And as you can see, it didn't take very long to fill that one quart up. So, and that's about it, guys. All right, so I think next time you see me, I will be packing up and heading back to the truck and take me a shower and wash my ass, as they say. All right, thanks for watching. So guys, one thing you can do in the mornings for easy cleanup when it's cold, I don't normally eat hot breakfast in summer, but in the winter I like something hot. So get a little oatmeal, get your water until it's just hot. You don't want to boil it because it'll melt the bag. You don't get the cheap bags. Those hefty bags, they say hefty, but they suck. I use the Ziploc brand bags. They're a bit thicker, but put your oatmeal in a Ziploc bag and see if it is in one hand. Pour your water in there and just knead it up. Need more water, you can add some water a little bit at a time. Otherwise, it's a quick cleanup, and if you're going out that day, you can just kind of toss it out. Maybe the most eco-friendly, but it's definitely one less thing to have to clean up when it's cold. All right, well, I'm going to eat some breakfast, drink some coffee, pack my crap up. I'm going to hit the road. See you guys on the flip side. Well, guys, it's a little after 9. I'm heading out. Heading back to the old pickup truck civilization, showers and toilets. On a side note, I forgot about this after my days being stationed up in the Arctic. Baby wipes freeze in the winter, so I have a solid block of frozen toilet tickets. Note to self, bring toilet paper at least a little bit in the winter time because they don't freeze. Okay, see you guys later. Bye. Well guys, I made it back one piece. And yeah, did about 13 miles for the weekend. Give or take-ish, my GPS. I got a new watch. It's a Garmin Instinct. I just got it like Thursday or Friday. So this is its maiden voyage. If you'd like to learn more about it, or would you like me to do a video or review of it, drop it in the comment section. And if you also would like to, let me see, if you'd like me to do videos on anything else, drop it in the comment section. If I choose yours and I do a video on it, I will send you something to be determined, something you can use in the outdoors, okay? Also, if you guess how much I humped out here all weekend, my ruck weight, I will also send you a gift. Drop your estimated weight in the comments. The closest one I will draw by Monday, by we'll say 6 o'clock Monday, so tomorrow, President's Day. If you do that by 6 o'clock, you're the closest weight, I will send you a gift. Contact you and send you a gift. Okay? All right. Well, thanks for watching, and talk to you guys later. Bye.